Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Let's Play EverQuest 2. So, I'm really excited to play EverQuest 2, and I've actually restarted this series. I had a couple episodes uploaded, but there's a reason to, and then I'll explain it in a minute or two once we get started. So yeah, I'm really excited for EverQuest 2. It's probably one of the best games out there. Now, of course, I could say some older and older games are the best, but I would say for something that's come out in the last 10 years or so, I find it to be one of the best for content, features, a lot of gimmicks, and I don't mean gimmicks like, oh, look at this crappy toy from, China or something. I mean gimmick as in lots of little things here and there you can do and keeps your attention going, and it's a lot of fun. So I can't wait to show you EverQuest 2. I hope you'll enjoy this series. I'm a newbie. I've played on and off. I've probably done like maybe 2 dungeons in my entire life. I think that would be enough to explain it. I've been rush leveled mostly. I've had high level characters before, but only because people have leveled me, like 1 to like 90, for example, through this method, which you can do in this game. But it was to the point where I learned nothing. So we're gonna take it easy. We're gonna play. We're gonna do a lot of crafting. I'm actually hoping to get my crafting up high right away, and we're just gonna have a lot of fun. So let's get started. So I'm going to create a new character, create a level 1. And in EverQuest 2, you got a lot of different classes. You got the Guardian and Berserker, Monk, Bruiser, Shadow Knight, Paladin. Shadow Knight's what we're going to be playing. That's just in Fighter. And then you got a bunch in Priest, 7 in Priest, 6 in Mage, and another 7 in Scouts. And I assume eventually there'll be a 7th in Fighter and Mage eventually. I'm assuming they're just slowly filling them out with other classes. This was the second last one we got, the Beast Lord, and the Channeler, I guess, is the latest one. So that's 26 in total. I think it was 24 originally we started with. Actually, I'm not sure if it was 24 we started with. I think it was. But either way, they keep adding new ones. And, of course, over time, there will even be newer ones added, newer races probably. They've been doing that for a long time. So let's get started. Shadow Knight next. So you have a whole crap ton of races in this game to pick. I feel like this is like another game like WoW, for example. And I'll probably make a lot of references to WoW, only because I assume a lot of people have heard, at least seen a bit of WoW, if not played it, because it has the highest population of players that probably played, unless if you can relate to, say, RuneScape, but I've never really played RuneScape myself, so I feel like it'll be good. But, this feels like, oh, here's how many you can pick. Well, in this game, you can pick, depending on your class, it'll depend on your race selection, because there's good, neutral, and evil. Neutral means you can be good and neutral, or you can be neutral and evil. You can't pick all 3 usually. There might be that new 1 class, or might allow... The 2 new ones might actually allow good, neutral, and evil. I'm not sure. But either way. Actually, we could try that out. Why not? Let's try it. I have this one. So let's go next and see what happens here. See? Good, neutral, and evil. So that's probably the only one, plus the other one, that probably allows you to play on all sides. The Beast Lord, and I'm assuming the Channeler. So that's good to know. So yeah, we're going to be playing the Shadow Knight, so we're going to be evil. I'm going to pick a neutral race, the Half-Elf. The Half-Elf is like the High Elf, except it's half the size. Right? See size, and then Half-Elf. I don't know. I make that horrible joke up all the time. Anyways, we're going to be making ourselves a Shadow Knight Half-Elf, because I think they're adorable looking. I think my buddy Andy, he's going to be a gnome. Or maybe he's going to be a rat. No, I'm pretty sure he's playing a gnome. Pardon? He's a Newman. Wait, you're a human? Oh, human. Oh, he's a human. Okay, he's a human. He's on the other side of the door, so... so we're going to play a half-elf. You can see even the size of the human versus a half-elf. Huge difference in size. But I always like playing the tiny characters, but I don't like the look of gnomes, so we're going to go ahead and go next here. And here we go. So we're going to play with the customization now. Back in the day, the customization for this game was, to me, it seemed insane. Now it doesn't seem so exciting, but I think one thing you have to realize is a lot of the customization that happens within the game itself. There's like polymorphs, and there's like a million different armors and looks and visuals and everything you can think of for your character to change its looks within the actual game. So even though if it looks a little lackluster here, in game I think you'll see quite a bit. So we can play with our skin color. You can be as brown as you want or as light as you want. So let's get a little bit of an in-between there. I don't mind that. The size, you can even change your size itself, so I'm going to be even smaller. You can show your helmet if you don't want to look at our face. You got your eyes. I think this is the game that actually had the ability to wear robes with a hood, and you can take the hood off or on with a command. That's kind of the idea of the customization you're looking in this game. You got your eyes, you can tilt them, and your eyebrows, and I don't usually play with the settings much. I'm not really good with that. Go with blue eyes. Head, you got your ears and your cheeks, chin, your lips. We could, you could play around with this. I'm not really good at this stuff, but narrow. There you go. My cheeks are a little puffy. There you go. Isn't high cheeks supposed to be like something good in models? I don't know. I actually prefer like the puffy face in people. I don't know. People have all these like, you're supposed to have like this high bone structure in models and stuff, and it's supposed to be so, but they look like they're like, I don't know. They look like they're androids with like skin over their face at that point. Let's see here. Cheeks, chin, lips. Lips are fine. Nose. Nose is fine. Look at that. It pokes out. Let's see here. Hair. Here we go. Hair. Not a lot of hair options. I'm not sure if there's other ways to get hair in game, but I mean, there's probably a lot of accessories in game you can get over time. So you just pick what you like. I think I'll get with something like, maybe that one. The vamp. Either that one or this one. This shows a little less forehead area, so I'll probably get this one. And then, I don't know. I usually get red in my hair, but man, the yellow stands out a lot. Accessories, I usually just go no. Don't need any accessories. So you can change your hair color, of course, your highlights, etc. So you can go really dark red, or you can have some highlights involved in there too. Which kind of looks kind of cool, to be honest. Yeah, it's unique looking. Why not, right? I think that's about it. And so we'll go next here. And you get to start your starter city. So this is one of the reasons why I started over, is because I kind of wanted to go to Goro as my starting area. I wanted to show off that area. Narek is a great place too. It's like a spooky haunted forest area. I just didn't like the city. The city was confusing. The city of hate. It was huge and a big underground city. It was really interesting. I mean, I'll show it to you later on in the series anyways. We'll visit all the cities, but I felt like I wanted to start with the Goro. They're kind of like the alligator people anyways, and I just always liked that place, so I thought, why not? Doesn't hurt. You go where you want, and you'll enjoy it the way you like. So here we go. And we're going to name ourselves Ashley's. And funny thing is, our server load right now is heavy, and Freeport is medium, so that it kind of gives you an idea. We play Atona Bailey. My character name's Ashley's. I'm going to just say that because people sometimes like to, say hi or, send me little packages. If you do, don't send me like 1,000 platinum. I feel bad at that kind of stuff. I've had before people like send me items, and I feel dirty about that because it's like, they take their hard-earned things, and it's like, because I'm no celebrity. I'm trying to advertise and show this game and learn the game, and just saying hi is more than nice. You can send me a mail in game and say hi. Sometimes I'm kind of bad at replying to people right away, or I forget to send them a tell, or I don't even notice I got a tell, to be honest. So anyways, AB, it's an RP server. Doesn't mean you're forced to do RP, but basically it's role-playing preferred, as they call it. And it means there's a lot of people who might be interested in role-playing on there, and I like that. Usually it means sometimes you have a better community in that way. I don't roleplay myself, but I don't mind respecting and being part of, like, if somebody was going to roleplay around me or ask me something in a role-playing way, I would try the best I could to roleplay back, and I kind of respect that, and that's how I kind of see it. So, you get all this stuff that pops up. You'll probably get confused and lost and crazy. Now, I have some of these bars opening up because I've already played with a character with his name, so it kind of saves your UI settings from that character, which is kind of cool. Which is good because it means my chat system here is completely the same as I left it. So I'm actually really happy with that. Actually, we're gonna... I feel like there's something missing in between here. We'll figure that out later. This thing, I don't know. Every time I hide it, it comes back every time. There's probably something I have to do in the config. So, yeah, so when you first start out, on this place particularly, we're on an island. Decent-sized island, actually. And we start talking to NPCs and doing some quests. During this series, I won't read. I mean, I've done this a million times anyways, but I won't actually sit and read, you know, the quests themselves. If you're really into the, you know, like in-depth like storyline and lore, I would highly suggest it. I end up tending to read a lot of things on the wikis. Also, I do like sort of like the general like, you know, some of the epic quest line type things, or the, you know, I'll go through those. I forget what they're called, but there's like these long quest lines that have more in-depth story where you do things and they have a huge effect. Well, I wouldn't say huge effect, but you know, you have a huge reward at the end. But yeah, isn't really like you know, Elder Scrolls where you know, you do one thing and then you have like massive effects. But in a way, there is like there's even a betrayal system where you can actually betray and change your sides from, you know, evil to good or good to evil, which is pretty cool. So you'll see on the map there's these little blue guys everywhere. Where are they? Here they are. Poaching the poachers. So you'll see over time these little blue things are around. It shows there's 2 more quests over here. So you'll kind of get used to overall just looking at your map and seeing this stuff, and you can actually zoom out on the mini-map a bit more. So we just go over here and start fighting. This is your auto attack. I usually just throw this up here in the middle of nowhere. We don't really need that. We could actually probably get rid of it, but for now I leave it. This is an intercept, which I don't think I'll need anytime soon. There we go. There we go. So you could double click. You know, I had no, like my abilities were on cooldown, so I couldn't fight them. But what I could do is double click and it'll start fighting. I'll show you on the next guy. It's a bit slow at first. It gets a little higher. If you played Final Fantasy 14, then you know how slow that is at the start. But if we double click this, I think it's not doing anything. That's weird. Oh, there you go. Yeah, if you played Final Fantasy 14, oh man, that was slow at the beginning. Really, the only reason we're really slow at this point is we're waiting for the cooldown of these 2 abilities. But over time, we'll have 3, 4, 5, to the point you have like literally 40 different abilities or even more on your character, and it gets really crazy. It actually looks like we're getting a bit of lag. There might be some server lag, or it might be my internet right now. Usually it's not like this, so it's gonna look like a bit. It's gonna look a little derpy right now, sadly, but we'll live with that. Just fair warning. It might be. It's probably my internet. We've had some internet issues for the last couple of weeks now, so.
Have you slid?
There we go. Accept.
Oh, now I haven't gotten so far.
Accept.
Good.
Good.
Well met.
And there you go. So we already got a new ability. This is actually a range ability too, so I like to put my range ability up there, and it's the Alt-1 key. You can right-click and open a new hotbar and add it there. By the way, I've only played this to like level 10 or so recently, so this is why I'm like knowing how to do a lot of things right off the bat. It's just because I've had a little practice, but I am pretty damn new to this game, so you're gonna definitely find that over time. So it looks like we get quests over here. Actually, we got quests over here too. I don't know what it is over here. Oh, here they are. So we have a pull move here. And by the way, the graphics actually can look better than this. I have my settings lowered down. For example, I don't have shadows. I don't have water reflections. And when I say water reflections, like you can see your, you know, my character and everything in the water, things like that. Mainly because I record and whatnot, so I just lowered everything down a bit. But I just want to let you guys know that, you know, those things are disabled. If you're wondering if the graphics can look a lot better, they can be cranked up quite a bit. Be warned though, this game is quite CPU bound than GPU bound, so if you actually have an okay CPU but a crappy video card, this game might actually work really well for you. It's people with really good computers that actually suffer the most, because they can't use, you know, it's not like, it's probably like literally like 90% CPU and 10% GPU, and it's quite main thread bound as well. When they first made this game, they were hoping that CPUs are going to end up being like 10 gigahertz, but sadly they ended up going the other way with multiple cores and whatnot. But over time, thankfully, they have been, I was going to say Sony Online Entertainment has been slowly, I guess that's the truth, making it for multi-core, throwing things on different threads, etc., and optimizing things onto the GPU. But now the company is actually called Daybreak. Yes, they were bought out by another company. I think they were like, I don't know what they were, an insurance firm or something. Probably making that up, but either way, a lot of things have changed over time, and hopefully it'll be for the better in the future. I mean, they did lay off a bunch of people, but at the same time, it doesn't always mean that's a bad thing. Sometimes restructure in a company like that's really good. I think they also were, I think the big thing that a lot of people didn't realize is that they're bringing people on new packages, I think, and stuff as well through the company. So we'll have to see and wait and find out exactly what happens over time, but it's a good game. It's worth playing. That's why I'm playing it. If I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't be playing it here. And I'm really happy to play with my friend Andy as well, so hopefully in the future we can do some dungeon runs or something like that. Because we can even, you know, there's a mentoring system in this game, so we can even mentor down, you know, Andy can mentor down to me, or I can mentor down to him, or we could both even mentor down to a set level, say 20 or 30, or I think it's every 5 levels you can do it, or maybe it's 10, but so we can go and visit old dungeons down the road and solo them and show you the dungeons. Maybe I'll title them something like that just for fun, but yeah, it'll be fun. So it looks like all our quests are down here. These are just vendors, I guess, or
Well met.
no, keeper of, oh, there, got lots of words involved. It's like run, too many words. So I need to unearth some relics. I feel like this entire beach might be that. Hello, birdies. Oh, look at that, they're scared of me. This is one of the things I like about this game. You run up to a bunch of birds and they all fly away and run away, and it's awesome to see such depth into the environment, the world. This is probably one of the first MMOs that I played that started to have so much depth into the world. I mean, Anarchy Online had a lot of depth, I guess, into the world, but this is like one of the first where you actually had a lot of NPCs walking around, moving around, socializing with each other, doing a lot of that stuff, and I thought it was amazing. Sadly, I kind of wish I could reverse time, because one of the reasons I stopped playing this game was a certain game called World of Warcraft. And sadly, that came out after EverQuest. EverQuest actually came out, I think, what, about a month before or so? And then we were actually having a lot of fun. I don't think we had any problems with it. Actually, I think I might have even hound Andy to play World of Warcraft with me, because I remember he was even higher than me. He was actually really enjoying the game. He was probably like level 20-something. He had this mount and stuff, and I remember the mount was badass, and it was like a really good accomplishment. And then we ended up playing WoW, and then from there on we came back to EverQuest 2 a couple times, but like when I say we come back, oh, this is a collection thing, so you add it and you discover collections and then you hand them in for a reward when you have the full collection. But anyways, yeah, so we came back a couple times, but we never really actually played. We ended up just kind of diddle-daddling, and there was some performance issues before when we played. Thankfully lately they've fixed a lot of these performance issues, so we both kind of got a little sick. I got like headaches, and Andy actually got sick to his stomach when he was playing, but neither of us experienced that anymore. The game actually runs really smooth for both of us. So So our goal, anyways, is to get to max level without, you know, being carried or power leveled in that sense. To do hopefully some raiding, lots of dungeons. I mean, the goal is first, you know, start with let's get to max level and then work our way. But I feel like our goals will just expand from there as time goes on. I think it's just more. Oop, I didn't add that one to my collection. Let's double click that guy. There you go. I think it's just more over time, you know. It'll just get bigger and bigger for us. Oh, that's a buff actually. So one of the cool things about this game is you got buffs. Like that was a buff that we keep on us. Increases mitigation of the caster, blah blah blah. When damage melee weapons cast, feedback increases threat to the target, inflicts one disease. So it has a bunch of little things you have. You can have like 5 or 6 of these over time. Actually, I probably have even more with Shadow Knight. But the cool thing about the buffs in this game is they're on for good. Like I think even if you die, you don't even have to recast some, which is really cool. But you get a lot of little buffs. A lot of games have like nerfed it down to like 1 or 2 buffs per character kind of thing. But this class, you'll see by the time I'm like level 10 or 12, I'll probably already have like 3 or 4 different buffs, which is like, to me, that's pretty damn cool. So, I think I'm actually supposed to, what am I supposed to do over here? Oh, you were under attack but not attacking. Press the, oh, it's telling you you're not playing right, so it's just telling you how to do it. So your auto, if you hit the key beside your 1 keyboard, you Europeans probably don't have, unless you're using an American keyboard. I know it's different for you guys, but for us American keyboard users, you hit the key beside your 1 and that turns on auto attack. So there you go. So you can go around and there's rocks and ore and, well, that's usually ore, but wood you can pick up, roots, little bushes, fishing. There's a crap ton of things you can do for gathering. You can see I've been gathering those little collections, which are the little sparkles around the world, which I think are awesome. Always love chasing those down and collecting them. Let's get more of these relics here. I'm using the F key, by the way. It's a bit of a shortcut that I learned that you can use rather than being sort of forced to double click or whatnot. Just makes life a little easier, I think. Did we do it all? I think we did. So I feel like we're missing something. Sell, oh, no. We have one over here, I guess we should do that. So we got this little buff here we can use. Speeds us up here. I feel like it went faster. No, I guess it's at 40. I felt like it was going faster and faster, but I guess it goes right to 40. This used to eat your power really badly, but I think they nerfed that. In the next episode, we'll do our slash claim. For anyone who's played EverQuest, even a brand new player, I think has, you know, slash claim things. But it'll be fun going through that just because we can see our little prizes and rewards for being a veteran player. I actually bought this game, like I said, at release. And apparently my account age is 4,146 days. So we'll have a little few toys to play with, which will be a lot of fun. So. Talking about toys, did I equip any of my armor yet? Nope. Oh, there we go. We're now level 4. There you go. Gotta remember to equip your armor. And you'll see at the bottom right here my strength one up. You can also see it here. I have a UI add-on for this, so that's why you see all that. Oh, look at this. We got another buff here. So this one increases your strength. This one reduces physical damage. So this is your tanking style one, and this is your DPS one here. And you can only have one or the other, as far as I know. So yeah, it kind of censors out the other one. So now we're level 4 and we already have 2 buffs on us. Excellent. go. So looks like we can hand that back in, and we'll continue from there. So I think this will be a good spot to stop, and I'll continue questing in the area. And next time, we will play with our slash claim and do a little bit more questing. My idea is to not do too many episodes per zone, rather than maybe even try to do 1 or 2 episodes per zone. Mainly because I feel like we don't want to do like, every moment of gameplay let's play, because I mean we'll end up having like 500 different videos, and I'd rather show more exciting and new parts, like us leaving one piece of land to another and that voyage there, and then doing some of the quests at the beginning and exploring a bit, that sort of idea, rather than the whole let's watch Kane do 20 quests, and because that would get a little boring I think over time. So that's sort of my idea or plan anyways. Apparently it's something I can't get to. It might be all the way up there somewhere, or in a cave, or who knows. But anyways, yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you wonderful people next time.